Hello everyone, my name's FlareBlitzed here and welcome back to Turovero the Celestial Tower. I've calmed down since the last episode and I've got back into the game with a slightly less enraged state, and looking at the sentence, there's more than just the stone cleaver we need to perform. So let's look at the following. I've lost many angels in my life, those whose only crimes were trying to help me. The angel in the west disappeared in a flash of fire. Ember. The angel of the east faced sorrow as it pierced their heart. Archer. 3 of the other angels were cut down in rage. Stone cleaver. And the last of the angels lived on, yet their graces are wanted. I will trap them in thorns and wait for the devil inside. Undergrowth. So the clues are right there in front of us. I was just thinking stone cleaver, stone cleaver, stone cleaver. And I don't know why. Because I thought, well, these statues are made of stone, so obviously that's the only answer. Obviously, I don't do that there. But we can use ember here. Use ember here, thank you. And these are still very buggy. So the next one was, this is why this tile's placed it, because this is where you pierce the heart. Wonderful. And then we use the stone cleaver on the statues. Now I'm unsure if it goes within the order of the poem, but I think as long as you do them in the correct sequence, as in like use fire first, then arrow, then stone cleaver, then thorns. This one. Good. And then the last one we use undergrowth on. Lovely. Right, so it is the order in which they're done in. So northwest, northeast, southeast. Okay, so let's do that again. It is the order that is placed within there then. So flash fire or ember first, and then we pierce the statue. So I believe it's northwest, northeast and southeast, but I just want to see first. Northwest, northeast, southeast, cool. Good. So ignore what I said earlier about it doesn't matter which order you do them in, it does matter. And then you. And then you lastly. Undergrowth. So this should be it. There we go. Exact order. Edric, what is it? I have to wonder just what exactly those statues were supposed to represent. Or rather, who? The three that were cut down in rage. I loathe to consider the implications of that phrase. Either way, we have received a chest that will no doubt lead us to a better tomorrow. You found a bejeweled key. An elaborately designed key encrusted with jewels. Probably rubies included with the jewels that are engraved on it. Not engraved, imbued in it. I'm still recovering from the previous session, so up there obviously is to say, but I've also looked at this one as well, and there is one particular phrase that is sentenced differently from the rest. I don't like the fact that you put impure thoughts into me, and I'm not hugely fond of the fact that I can't actually escape a battle. So just take it as it is. When the game decides to let us go, it will let us go. I think sometimes we will take less damage if we actually just fought the things. Purity you. Heal you, heal you, heal you, heal you. That's fine. Go up here. One of these is very different from the rest, and to get to it we will need to obviously avoid the unicorns at first, but want to... This is a nice little world we've created, don't you think? Everything we've dreamed up together. It'd be a shame if I tore it all to pieces, wouldn't I? That sounds just like the rest. We're going to move it like so. Then this one. Sigurd, Leilia, Edric, everyone, please, don't try to save me. I'm not worth saving anymore. I don't even want to live anymore. So this one is emotionally different. All the other ones were derived from anger, greed, pleasure, but not this one. This is sadness, grief. I'm begging you, give me what I deserve. I will use Stone Cleaver on this statue. Yeah. And that's the only one that breaks. So I just think it's like, my god, there's 20 different statues here. How the hell am I going to solve this? But just observe. Oh, Ruby, how could you think you weren't worth saving? Everything we've been through together, everything you've done for us, how could you possibly expect us to forget all of that? That's a very interesting question. Another bejeweled key. Karma cannot act quickly enough. Well, that depends on perspective. So, okay, that time the monsters allowed us to get away. I'm not comfortable fighting too many of them until we get to a campsite and a shop. Just simply because I do not want to run out of supplies and only use the items themselves when you're within a battle that you can't actually run away from. Okay, we've not yet gone up the stairs, so let's see what's up there. Great. Okay, now I need to use purity on 2 people. Purify me. Oh, the other one didn't. Okay. We'll stick with that then. The game really doesn't want us to proceed, does it now? So I haven't been up here yet. So this must be where the bejeweled keys go. Thanks. It just gives you a wide variety of status elements. Come on. We can do it. A small monolith with a keyhole in its center. We'll put the bejeweled key in it. You place a bejeweled key in the keyhole. Now this one. Cool. That should open it up. Lovely. I believe this Temple of Ruby still has a long way to go before we reach the pinnacle of it. Was there anything else we could have explored down here? Okay, my curiosity led to this. Thanks. I'm in a much better place right now. Even though my voice doesn't feel like it, or sound like it, I am. You just got to avoid all the BS that goes on around you. If that's the possibility, that is. The gate is sealed shut with an inscription on it. Bring to me my inquisitors, for I must receive my punishment. Receive spelt wrongly. At their hands. I and E should be the other way around. But that's all good. Not like that we're already ambushed at this point in time. It's almost like that attack has an almost guaranteed success rate of hitting. A small wooden figure is tied to the stake. Beneath the stake is an inscription. The Heretic. Wait, that's Ruby? Why would something like this be here? Perhaps she sees herself as the Heretic the inscription mentions. Oh, Ruby. I suppose now the question is why she would want to live up to that reputation. Got to understand her to be able to get through this. There's no point pondering as to why she would think like it. Just get to know. Francis, yes. Oh, isn't that Francis? Oh, thank heavens you're safe. This is a wonderful opportunity now. Hehe, why yes, I've missed you too, Francis. My apologies for leaving you alone on such short notice. Thank you for taking care of the store for me in my absence. Nah. You can understand him, Amatel? Then I suppose he's as much of an ordinary dog as you were an ordinary merchant. Indeed, Francis was sent with me to this world in order to help maintain my disguise. He is a lesser heavenly being who served merchants and trade people for eons. In fact, you could say the store was his all along, and I was merely the figurehead. Yay! Wait, so that makes Francis an angel too, right? I guess we ought to be grateful to have all this divine intervention behind our backs. Thank you, Francis, for everything you've done for us. Aww. Hehe. Yes, we're truly fortunate to have such a noble ally on our side. Now then, Francis, would you be so kind as to show us your wares? I second that request. As it now stands, we need all of the assistance we can get in this place. Aww. We've also got a campfire here too. Excellent. I believe that was his way of saying he'd be glad to do so. We ought to take advantage of this time to rest and regroup as well. I have a feeling that this place still has many dangers that we've yet to uncover. Likewise. We will shop first actually. So this is the perfect thing that has happened. The store right next to the campfire. It's just heavenly to have this here. Hello, Francis. Right, firstly, we're going to sell these two. Then we're going to sell armor like this. We won't be selling the Guardian's helmet, that's for sure. Boosts earth and fire resistance. Let's keep that. A helmet that gleams with the light of truth. We'll sell that. Keep that for the time being. Boost attack power. Keep that. And keep that. Okay. Anything else? No, so let's buy stuff now. Ninja wraps. Ninja vest. Wizard gloves. Wizard's hat. Wizard's tunic. Ooh. Okay, so therefore each character. Okay, I like that. Like one of those. Boom, boost. Then have one of those. So I went off a tangent there. One of those. Already got one of those. One of those. Okay, we'll sort out other things when we're done with that. But I do want to absolutely stock up on items that can heal our MP mainly. Because as long as we have Leilia with us, then healing is something that we can only rely on items for when the situation comes down to it. Or when it's a wind attributed enemy and we rely on her earthquake. Such a good ability. Well, speaking of which, we'll do that, do that, do that. Twice. Cool. Everything equipment. Sigurd. Nothing there. Now, I prefer the guardsman's shield. And the guardsman's helmet. And the guardsman's cuirass. I do like the idea of attack power, but I'd rather not take as much damage in this place from those halflings. I forgot what they're called now. Halfies? I'm imagining it at this point. I know they're a particular creature. They're called something. There's earth and fire. Earth and fire. Wind. Right. Emerald Priestess. Gradually, we'll lose that trait, but at least we get more of something else. Blessed gloves we need to sell. Yep. Now you... Sorry if it's taking so long. I didn't realise how long I was going on for. Blessed gauntlets. Ninja's wraps. Ninja's vest. And we'll keep the lucky cat for now. Then we're going to sell these items. I just realised that we had had that thing there. Right, going to sell you, and keep everything else. So the earth and fire resistance just applies to Leilia. Cool beans. And then obviously you can apply something else to further her resistance to earth or fire. Right. Item time. I want a huge stack of you. Along with some of you. Then some of you. And then... what else would I like? Monster repellents, yes. Actually, I'll buy another 10 of those. Holy water. We'll buy 5 of you. And then everything else we'll just leave aside. I'm good for now. I'm very good for now. Right. Campfire time. Ember. A campfire's been lit. The party can rest and heal their wounds here. How comes Ruby put this campfire here? Otherwise, if Ruby's sanity was truly gone, then none of these helpful things would be here, including the blue orbs, which act as save points. You can listen in on up to 3 conversations between party members. Please select a party member. Amatel and Sigurd. Amatel, are you sure you're okay with being the lookout for us? Of course I am. Protecting the 3 of you is my duty after all. Well, yeah, but I'd hate for you to do it just because you feel obligated to. You and your friends have been through many terrible trials, both physically and mentally. Please, leave the watch duty to me and take the rest you've rightfully earned. Alright, if you say so, I guess, but I'm not sure how well I can rest, knowing Ruby isn't here with us. I'm sorry, Sigurd. I can only imagine how difficult it's been without her by your side. I don't understand how it all came down to this. Ruby always had a smile on her face, always had a joke to tell us when things got tough. She could be quick to anger sometimes, but that doesn't change the fact that she cared about us. I know she did. I know she did. How could she act so cruel and cold towards us, after everything we've been through together? The answer to that may be more complicated than you think. Every sentient being in this universe has some darkness lurking in its heart. And some light too. For some, that darkness can take on a monstrous form, giving birth to truly evil villains. But for others, that darkness can come in much more subtle forms. When otherwise good people are overcome by the emotional scars of living in a fallen world, the results can be as devastating as they are tragic. Everyone is susceptible to becoming a villain of their own story. If it hadn't happened to Ruby, it could very easily have happened to any one of you. Even angels aren't immune from such a fate. The form you've taken in this world reflects your idols of goodness overcoming evil. But you must never forget that evil is not always a dragon that can be slain, but a condition inherent to all of heaven's creatures. I guess I never really thought of it that way. Maybe I was naive to think that the Dark One was just some storybook villain waiting to be defeated. Perhaps. But it is also that belief in righteousness that will help bring Ruby back from the brink. No matter how far she has fallen, you know in your heart that she is not irredeemable. As long as you have faith in that fact, I have no doubts that she will be saved. Amatel, thank you. You've taught me a valuable lesson I won't ever forget. I won't give up on my friend. No matter what. You have my word. Hehe. Spoken like a true knight. You are blessed with a fire of courage and valor in your heart. I can only pray that it never goes out. Now the difference now when it comes to slaying monsters is I don't have to worry about running out of supplies or running out the ability of restoring our HP. You can listen to 2 more conversations. Please select a party member. I will take Amatel and Leilia. I'm doing this to learn more of the backstory of Amatel and also learn about the darkness that's within this place. Thank you for taking on the watch duty for us, Amatel. You've truly helped us in ways we can't even begin to repay. It's nothing you need to repay me for. I'm only doing my duty after all. Your duty? Yes, you've mentioned your duties as a guardian of truth before, but what do they entail exactly? That depends. Sometimes I am sent to inspire those who seek knowledge. Sometimes I am sent to expel evil and corruption to the world at large. And sometimes I am sent to guide lost souls through their own personal journeys as they seek out painful truths about themselves. And that is precisely what I've come to do for the 4 of you. I see. Amatel, would you be angry if I asked you something? Of course not. Please ask me anything. Is it really in our best interest to discover the truth of our fates? I know we have an obligation to after everything that's happened. But before we came to this tower, we were all happy together. Sigurd, Edric, and I, and even Ruby. Learning the truth, it changed her, possibly forever. It only brought her pain and caused her to do horrible things. Is knowing the truth really worth all this suffering? Oh, Leilia. Indeed, the truth often does bring suffering. That is why I allowed you all to find it on your own time, to give you time to process it and grieve. but it is my earnest belief that any happiness gained from living in deceit is false. Anyone can convince themselves of a joyful lie. Yet what growth could ever come from such a thing? By seeking truth and accepting it, mankind is better equipped to carve their own happiness, real happiness, and to better themselves with the knowledge they've learned. Does that make sense? Does indeed. There's no worth just giving you the answer, because that will then lead to many entails of why, how, all the nitty-gritty little details, and that's why Amatel let before these heroes discover the truths for themselves, because then they will be able to better understand themselves. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Hope you can forgive my moment of doubt. I try to have faith in heaven's blessings, but it's quite difficult sometimes, isn't it? Especially during moments of sorrow and uncertainty. To doubt is perfectly understandable, and if you ever need any more reassurance during these trying times, know that I'll be here to provide it for you. Thank you, Amatel. I won't forget what you've done for us. I just hope that the truth will help to bring our ruby back to us. Only if you believe in your own ability to do so. You've been incredibly strong throughout all of this, so please, don't lose hope, Leilia. Of course, I'll do my best. Now it's Edric's turn to receive the Guardian's time. Struggling to think of a suitable word, so I'll just leave it as most open-ended as I can. Amatel, may I have a moment? Of course, Edric. Is something troubling you? Not troubling per se. It's more of an idle curiosity than anything else. It simply occurred to me that I have more questions than time in which to ask them. Hehe. Even the scholar, I say. Ever the scholar. I don't see why we can't use this time of rest to satisfy your curiosity, so please ask me anything. How to begin? I suppose I'll start with your appearance. You've already demonstrated your ability to shapeshift, so I could assume that you can do so at will? You would be correct. I mentioned that we angels must conform to the laws of the world we work in, and that includes the forms we choose to take. In this case, I took on the form of an elven girl, though if I wanted to, I could have manifested as any other species or gender your world would allow. Fascinating. Then, what of your true form? Or do you even have one to begin with? The one that you were born with or manifested itself with? Well, I do have what could be considered a true form. However, we really have no reason to reveal those forms to mortal men. They are a shape wholly inconceivable to the human eye, or mind for that matter. Those who have been unfortunate enough to see our true forms are likely to go blind, or even mad from the sight. But mad, you say? Oh goodness, I haven't frightened you, have I? Not to worry, I would never expose you or your friends to such a thing. I'm duty bound to keep you safe after all. I wasn't trying to imply that you would. Please forgive any disrespect on my behalf. It's quite alright. If it makes you feel better, I never thought you were being disrespectful. Your inquisitiveness is a wonderful quality, Edric. Knowledge, after all, is far more powerful than any magic. Truly so. Truly so. Please don't hesitate if you wish to ask me anything else. Of course. Thank you, Amatel, for your generosity. that will be a tale for another time then. Lovely. Nice to know of one's backstory in that case. So take advantage of any time that you have for discovering more backstory behind every character involved in this tale. Nah. Haha, you know, for an angel you sure are a friendly little guy, aren't you, Francis? Not to be disrespectful or anything. Hehe, I'm sure he doesn't mind, Sigurd. If there's one thing Francis hasn't lost over the ages, it's his friendliness and hospitality. Isn't that right, Francis? Aww. Best boy ever. Although, that does beg the question. If he too is an angelic being, then why take the form of a dog? Surely there are more advantageous disguises you could assume. I think you underestimate him, Edric. There's a very good reason he assumed this form. For one, dogs are inconspicuous. You wouldn't normally assume a house pet to be a servant of heaven in disguise, would you? Second of all, they're approachable. That could be one or two ways. Number one, that is perfectly correct. And number two, I am speaking this on behalf of my little self. When I was very, very young, I used to view dogs as very, very terrifying things from a nightmare I had about a dog that was about to eat me. Literally, it went like that, and then my vision just turned black. Like that sort of thing. And that was why, when I was very, very young, I was frightened of dogs. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the things I was truly terrified of. Like, dogs, just in general, I wanted to run away from. But if you know about dogs, running away is a stimulant for them to chase you. So you don't want to do that. But again, at the time I didn't know anything about dogs anyways, apart from the fact that they rip flesh apart and bone very easily. Anyways, enough about me. Let's concentrate on the game. But then again, stuff like that is knowledgeable in their own different ways. Anything and everything can be used for a very, very good gain. Though there are exceptions, humans tend to open their hearts to them, making it much easier to get his work done. And most importantly of all, I think he simply enjoys being a dog. He always loved being the centre of attention after all. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Anybody else? Ah, okay, so there's only one conversation we can have. I thought it went in order like it did at the beginning of the game, where we talked to it once and it's behalf of Sigurd, then it would be from Leilia, then Edric, then Ruby. Still, he enjoys being a dog. He loves being a dog and the centre of attention, and Leilia is not thinking of anything else otherwise. Tummy tickling, tummy rubbing. Dogs are just the best, so. And my fear of dogs break when we decide to have a Jack Russell, and if you don't know what one of those are, they're very small critters when they're very tiny. They probably start out about the size of my hand, going from there to there. Like, when they grow older, their size of their heads when they're an adult are the size of their entire body when they were a puppy, when they were just given birth into the world. Anyways, enough about me again. Let's concentrate on the game, shall we? What is this darkness? I sense terrible, powerful enemies within it. Then we must remain vigilant if we are to proceed. So just like last time, I'll light our path as best as I can, but I'll have to monitor my mana usage carefully. Got it. Don't push yourself too hard, alright? This is where the ability Mana Siphon is useful. Grief Eaters. Two of you then, huh? Righty-hoos then, little ones. Now that we have a place to call home, or just rest, None of you will be able to triumph over us. Not now, not evermore. Use a heartfelt prayer to cure the entire party's status ailments. That's nice. That's a good thing to have. Sigurd can now act twice. Good. Lovely. Lovely. Dark Onslaught. Okay. At least we don't have a huge number of grief eaters that will constantly plague us with deep sleep. You know which episode I'm talking about. When we went to the bell tower. Yikes, that was a horrible time to deal with. Thank you very much. Game. Mana Siphon. Heaven's Blessings. Nice. Dark Onslaught. Lovely. Lovely. Then we do that again. Then... Wait, cure yourself. Then Devil's Gate. Then... Pickpocket. Lovely. Miracle Medicine. So when inputting grief eaters into the game, they would have to be different classes, like for each stat changes, so they have more health, different abilities and stuff like that. So it would have to have different classes when inputting them into RPG Maker. Sacred Tree. Mana Siphon. I didn't mean to do that. That was all we needed to do. I like Berserker. What is the Berserker ability? These enemies are limited though, so that's nice. Unleash a rampage by attacking multiple enemies several times. I'm just thinking of the move called Outrage from Pokemon, where it literally does that, but then you end up being confused. Cool. You can use Stone Cleaver on these, nice. Same for these guys. So last episode was Deep Sour, and now this is very invigorating. False Idol. You are definitely indeed a false idol. Cool. I don't know how powerful you're going to be, so I will treat you like any other foe. Burning. Horrible false idol. Oh dear. So, Rally Cry again, then Skull Splitter. Leilia. You cure Edric. You cure Sigurd. And you... Matt? You're bulky to say the least. And fast. Nice. And then, gosh. Cure Edric. Water cannon you. So water seems to be good against you then. Yeah, because it uses fire moves. I should have recognized that. Like, okay, let's go to our key items, memory journal, beastry, then we've got false idol. We've missed out one opponent, haven't we now? Yeah, they're fire. Fallen angels. Cool. No, not that one. You heal you, and you. Grief Eater. I will purge you from existence. Good. Sacred Tree. Then Lightning... no, Devil's Gate. And then... Provoke? No. I'll provoke Leilia. Lovely. You could provoke yourself, and then in that way you can use provoke twice on the next turn. So you can provoke 2 people to attack. Thoughtful processing. Oh yeah, did that. We certainly did that. Pickpocket. Nice. We're more of a merrier, as they say. Good. Good. Dark energy. Berserker. Lovely. You have fallen down. Right, I will heal up though. Which is something I should have employed. Nope. We will use a campfire. So I think what we'll do for the rest of this episode is go through all of the dark area or areas and dispatch of any foes that can't spawn multiple times. So like those grief eaters and those false idols. I think that would be the best step forward. In my opinion anyways. Yes please. Would we be able to... False idol. Welcome to your doom again. Rally cry. Boost magical. Yourself. Then let's try and get paralysis on this thing. Then provoke Leilia twice. Lovely. Ah. Unholy Sword is physical bow. Lovely. Then do that again. Then Mana Barrier, Edric, and then Sigurd. Lightning Strike. Then we'll provoke Leilia again. That's why I want to use the Mana Barrier. Good. Get our stats up and their opportunities down. Mana Barrier, Amatel, and Cure Edric. You keep using that. Try and get paralysis, please. Then you do that. Doesn't work. There's more from status elements I'm after. Still nothing though. Good. Lovely. Getting our stats up like that. Oh wait, no. Edric Water Cannon. I forgot about that. Sealing arrow. Yes. Keep going. Nice. Leilia nearly fainted there. Which would be a bad thing altogether. Excuse you use heal. 1, 2. There we go. 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 Lovely. Proceed forward. Any more false idols? No, we can use Stone Cleaver on this one very safely. Oh, we can get something from this. Nicely done, game, but how do plants grow indoors? Using the roots from the red carpet. I'm not going to question logic, actually. We'll eliminate any statues that aren't that, just so that we can then deposit the opportunity of being surprised by them, and then not being actually surprised by them because they don't attack us. Right, that one. Use Stone Cleaver. Only one of them vibrates. Just need to give it enough time when I'm placed there. Good. Lovely. Would you shriek? Thank you. False idol again. Require both, really. Physical and magical. So I think that it would just be best if we used Leilia as a means for increasing our defenses. But this time I think physical would be just as better. We do that, and then provoke Leilia. Nice. Nice. Then you do Rally Cry again. You do Earthen Barrier to Edric and Sigurd. You do another Water Cannon. You provoke Leilia again. Lovely. Nice. I like that. It avoided the attack. Cool. Now you're going to do Berserker. You're going to do Earthen Barrier and cure yourself. You're going to do Water Cannon again, and you're going to do Seeding Arrow. Okay, that didn't work, but that's fine. Nice. Your damage has been nullified. Lovely. Lovely dovely. Great Flood. We are using HM Surf today, folks. We are unleashing the Great Flood. But I still think Water Cannon would be best just because we're not dealing with multiple enemies. Like, that's good against multiple enemies, but we need to have multiple enemies for effectiveness to come into play, if you catch my drift. Right, let's keep going forward. If I can use my abilities correctly, that is. So do that, then that again. Just use the smallest ones outside of battle. Hi there. I'll use Stone Cleaver on you. And there's another false idol. Good. Thank you for showing up. Rally Cry. Earthen Barrier yourself. Water Cannon yourself. Provoke Leilia. Good. Well done for doing that. On the wrong person who can take more physical attack. But still, I'm not complaining. I just think you need to do something that's better for your own safety. You're going to perform a miracle tonic on yourself. And provoke Leilia again. You do that then. I love mail. Leilia 69. Okay, let's see what... Wait, what have I done? Oh yeah, Lilia's been given a provoke again. So we want to use Berserker on the false idol. want to do an earthen barrier for you, and then cure for Edric. And you're going to perform a water cannon, and you are going to seal their abilities. Okay, they can't then. Stop it. Lovely. Do that. This is where the attack is going to really come in. There we go. Wonderful as day. Level 21. Gaia's Rage was learned. Wow. What an ability to have at our sides. So. Yeah, skills. You. Gaia's Rage. Call upon Mother Earth to unleash earth damage to all enemies. That is delightful to have. Not you. You. And that'll do for now. Wait, hold on. One more thing. There's one more thing that we need to do. Cure, and then heal, 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 heal. Excellent. Are you a false idol? No, you're just a normal idol. You're not a false one. Ooh. We're more than a match for these guys, don't you worry. Remove all of the normal idols and bring destruction upon the false idols. There's one of them right there, above this one, as you can tell by the vibration. You think you're being sneaky, but your sneakiness will only bring about your demise, statue. Right. Rally cry. Earthen barrier or mana? No, earthen barrier yourself. You're going to keep actually, you're going to mana siphon this time around. No, it doesn't have a guaranteed chance of success, so we'll just leave that be. Provoke Leilia. Good. Lovely. Do you want to do that? To the highest HP individual that there is within the party? How dare you? The only thing I can say about these false idols is that they don't provide us any status elements as far as I know. Or maybe I've forgotten during my time of picking up the mail. Lovely. Lovely. Also with Provoke, if you use Provoke on yourself and then use 2 Provokes on the same character, does that mean that you can use it like indefinitely, like keep stacking it up? I don't think so. I think it only works once per character per turn. So you can use Provoke on yourself and then you get 2 turns, but you can't use Provoke twice on the same character, then they get, let's say, 3 turns and stuff like that. I don't think that's how it works. In my mind, anyways. Right. Gonna do that. Then cure, yes, Edric. No, Sigurd, I mean. You're gonna do water cannon again. And you're going to pickpocket. Lovely. Good. Oh, why can't you do physical attacks? Like that one. Now we've got to heal Edric, you know. Excellent. We've done ourselves justice this day, folks. We're going to keep Lucky Cat as a item to use because that is a wonderful thing to have. Right. Good. Good, good, good. And then we're going to use Mana Tonics. Like so. To continue our path forward. So that's one entry opened up. And there's another false idol there. stop being in our way, okay? You know, it's going to end up like the other false idols that I've just beaten into the ground. It's not going to be good for you or anything around you that you would consider an ally. Provoke Leilia twice. Just provoke Leilia. I think I'll try that next time. Just as an experimental. Rally Cry. Earthen Barrier. Earthen Barrier. Water Cannon. Provoke yourself. Good. Nice. Do that, please. Lovely. Attack is up. Berserk is out. Good. Now, Water Cannon. Provoke Sigurd. And provoke Edric. There we go. So we learn something every day. Yeah, mate, you do the one I don't want you to do. I suppose all the stats are not needed. But it's good to experiment, because that's how you get to know of what's good for you and what's not so good for you. Heal, because it uses up less. And then... no, we're good. Oh, another Grief Eater is amongst us. We know what to do with these guys. Hello there. Hope you're doing well, because I am. Rally Cry. Then we're going to summon the Earth itself. Then we're going to summon the Great Flood. And then we're going to provoke Sigurd. Fills my vision up. Gaia's Rage. Lovely. How dare you? And then Berserker. You want rage? I'll give you rage. I'll give it to you in the worst form possible. The Great Flood again. Gaia's Rage. I like the stomp at the end, it's nice. If you was to ever have a elemental you would want to master in, which one would it be for you? I personally love both fire and earth, although I'm also partial to a bit of wind too. Not in that context, by the way. We're going to just a normal fireball and a flame arrow. God, they don't do as... Hey, 360 no scope! 360 no arrow! 360 no crosshairs, there you go. I am so grateful that I decided to go back into this game rather than sulk in rage. Maybe that's part of the game itself, is to prevail over these trials and tribulations. There we go, there we go. Use the better items in battle. You're a normal idol. You're a false idol. Lovely. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Rally Cry. Earthen Barrier. Water Cannon. Provoke yourself. It's a selfish act, but at the end of the day it's going to be something very good. Like, really good. Lovely. Then you are going to Rally Cry again. Then you're going to Earthen Barrier Edric. water cannon, and then you're going to provoke Sigurd and provoke Edric. Maximum damage output. They're our best attackers against this thing. Lovely. Then you are going to go absolutely ham and cheese on them. Earthen barrier, Amatel, water cannon, pickpocket. Lovely. Good. Oh, thank goodness you didn't do it twice on Amatel. Lovely, we didn't need to do the other one then. But still, better be prepared than not. Okie doke. One cure and the rest will be heals. Good, and then we'll just pop a quick potent tonic. No, pop a quick mana tonic for you, for your ember needs. Stone cleaver on you. I think we'll come back another day for the rest of these guys, because for me personally, what did my thing just do there? My controller decided to abandon ship. If that's the only way I can describe it as. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have all forgiven me for the outbreak I had in the previous episode. Please. Sometimes it's very hard. Sometimes it's very hard to be me. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see each other on the next time of Turovero the Celestial Tower. Hope you all have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves.